so Ravyn, go off, and maybe Ravyn. Sorry, Ravyn, can you hear me?
Yeah, I have it connected.
Okay, so Ravyn, you have to maybe give a cue, maybe stamp the floor, do something so that Sophia could look back.
Can I sigh?
Huh?
Can I give a sigh?
I didn't hear that.
Can I give a sigh?
A sigh? What?
Like a sigh, like a like.
Well, as long as Sophia can hear it.
Yeah, I heard what she just did pretty well.
Okay. So let's just do that then.
And you want to start?
Anytime that's convenient for you, yes. One second. You did the sigh? So first of all, we need Sophia. We need you to be busy.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Like, I'm toying with this like thing here, but I don't know if you can see it that well.
Okay, but when the sigh happens, Sophia, you got to look into that room.
So I'm here, and then I look this way.
No. You look forward, and then you're gonna look into that area. That
okay,
room.
sorry, I missed.
That's where she's coming, and then you turn back front. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So Ravyn, could you go a little bit more out of frame? Ravyn, I can see you. Ravyn, I don't know, lost her. She's in. Ravyn, part of you is in the frame.
I think maybe it might have frozen. It's very. Hold on. I think it might be frozen.
Oh, it's just what you can't hear. Ravyn. Ravyn.
I don't think maybe she can't hear us. Let me check my phone. Maybe she sent me a message. Oh, there we go.
Okay, she's back. So we lost you.
Yeah. I think it's better now.
Okay, so Ravyn, could you go back to your position? Yes, there is good.
Okay.
There is good. If you could remember when you sit, that's where you're going to sit. All right. Take 19.
Hello, Mother. I was. How was the DAR meeting? Didn't you go to the DAR meeting, Mother?
No, I did not have the strength to go to the DAR. I did not have the courage. I wanted to find some hole in the ground and hide myself in it forever.
Why did you do that, Mother? Why are you?
What? How old are you, Laura?
Mother, you know my age.
I thought you were an adult. It seems that I was mistaken.
Please don't stare at me, Mother.
What is going to become of us? What are we going to do? What is the future?
Has something happened, Mother? Mother, has something happened?
I'll be all right in a minute. I'm just bewildered by life.
Mother, I wish that you would tell me what's happened.
As you know, I was supposed to be inducted into my office at the DAR this afternoon, but I stopped off at Rubican's Business College to speak with your teachers about your having a cold and ask them what kind of progress they thought you were making down there.
Oh,
I introduced myself to your typing instructor. She didn't know who you were. Wingfield, she said, we don't have any such student enrolled at the school. I assured her she did, that you had been going to classes since early in January. Sorry. Fine. Are you on book with them?
I can't be on book because
No, that's totally fine.
what would happen is that it will go black. The screen will go black.
Sorry, no worries. I got nervous.
I wonder. It's okay, no problem.
Yeah.
It's the glass
Yeah,
menagerie.
I got it now. I got it now. I assured her she did, that you had been going to classes since early in January. I wonder, she said, if you could be talking about that terribly shy little girl who dropped out of school after just a few days' attendance. No, I said, Laura, my daughter has been going to school every day for the past 6 weeks. Excuse me, she said. She pulled down the attendance book, and there was your name, unmistakably printed in all the days you were absent until they decided that you had dropped out of school. Still, I said, there must be some mistake. There must have been some mix-up with the records. But she said no. I remember her perfectly now. Her hands shook so that she couldn't hit the right keys. First time we gave a speed test, she broke down completely, was sick at the stomach, nearly had to be carried into the washroom. After that morning, she never showed up again. We phoned the house, but nobody answered. Well, I was at Famous and Bar, I suppose, demonstrating those. I felt so weak I could barely keep on my feet. I had to sit down while they got me a glass of water. $50 tuition. All of my hopes and ambitions for you just gone up the spout like that? What are you doing?
Oh,
Laura, where have you been going when you've gone on pretending that you were going to business college?
I've just been out walking.
That's not true.
It is. I just went walking.
Walking in winter, deliberately caught in pneumonia in that light coat? Where did you walk to, Laura?
All sorts of places, mostly in the park.
Even after you started catching that cold?
It was the lesser of two evils, Mother. I couldn't go back there. I threw up on the floor.
From 7:30 until after 5 every day. You mean to tell me that you walked around in the park because you wanted to make me believe that you were still going to Rubican's business college?
It wasn't as bad as it sounds. I went inside places to get warmed up.
Inside where?
I went in the art museum and the bird houses at the zoo. I visited the penguins every day. Sometimes I did without lunch and went to the movies. Lately, I've been spending most of my afternoons in the jewel box, that big glass house where they raise all the tropical flowers.
You did all of this just to deceive me. Just for deception. Why?
Mother, When you're disappointed, you get that awful suffering look on your face, like the picture of Jesus' mother in the museum.
Hush!
I couldn't face it.
Well, what are we going to do the rest of our lives? Stay at home and watch the parades go by? Amuse ourselves with the glass menagerie, darling? Eternally play those worn-out phonograph records your father left as a painful reminder of him? We won't have a business career. We gave that up because it gave us nervous indigestion. What is there left but dependency all our lives? I know so well what becomes of unmarried women who aren't prepared to occupy a position. I've seen such pitiful cases in the South. Barely tolerated spinsters living on grudging patronage of sister's husband or brother's wife, stuck away in some little mousetrap of a room, encouraged by one in-law to visit another. Little bird-like women without any nest, eating the crust of humility all their life. Is that the future we've mapped out for ourselves? I swear it's the only alternative I can think of. And it isn't a very pretty alternative, is it? Of course, some girls do marry. Haven't you ever liked some boy?
Yes, I liked one once. I came across his picture a while ago.
He gave you his picture?
No, it's in the yearbook.
Oh, a high school boy.
Yes, his name was Jim. Here he is in the Pirates of Penzance.
The what?
The operetta the senior class put on. He had a wonderful voice, and we sat across the aisle from each other Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the odd. And here he is with the silver cup for debating. See his grin?
Yes, he must have had a jolly disposition.
He used to call me Blue Roses.
Why did he call you such a name as that?
When I had the attack of pleurosis, he asked me what was the matter when I came back. I said pleurosis. He thought I said Blue Roses. That's all that he would call me after that. Whenever he'd see me, he'd holler, "Hello, Blue Roses." I didn't care for the girl that he went out with, Emily Meisenbach. Emily was the best dressed girl at Salden. She never struck me though as being sincere. It says in the personal section, they're engaged. That's 6 years ago. They must be married by now.
Girls who aren't prepared for a business career usually wind up married to some nice man. Sister, that's what you'll do.
But Mother,
Yes?
I'm crippled.
Nonsense! Laura, I told you never to use that word. Why, you're not crippled. You have a slight defect, hardly noticeable even. When people are born with some disadvantage like that, they cultivate other things to make up for it. Develop charm and vivacity and charm. That's all you have to do. One thing your father had plenty of was charm.
Okay. Oh shoot, I didn't tape it. Just
We
kidding.
can see it, you liar.
Just kidding. But I had forgotten to tape Sophia once, right? Anyway, okay, good. Really good, guys. A few notes here. Sophia, it starts off, she's very fragile, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering it should be a little more desperate when she says, you know, it was the lesser of two evils.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I would have done something if I could. And I think what happens is that when it doesn't sound fragile is when you go too fast. when you say the line too quickly, it sounds
Yeah.
confident. So that's it was a lesser of two evils. And when you say mother, when you're disappointed, it's, you know, labor it again, so it doesn't sound like you're just rushing to get it out. Because
Okay.
the fragile quality, it has to sustain throughout, even when there are areas where you get excited, like with the photo of this guy, when you get disappointed. When she says some girls do marry, I think that's a concern for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I should really see how it affects you. It's a scary thing, because really,
Yeah.
who's gonna marry me, right? So that would be necessary before the positive,
Okay.
where you go for the book to show her, and take it. That's another place where I think you could take your time. It's almost like you're wallowing. You're going back in the past. You see his pen, like, take your time observing, studying the photo, looking at him. Look at that wonderful grin. It's a sense of it. I was
Mm-hmm.
wondering too that when she says that was 6 years ago, I wonder if it could be more a reminiscence.
Okay.
Thinking, I
So
remember.
so not as much of like, oh wow, that was 6 years ago. More like that was like looking back more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was thinking of a friend. Well, she's not really a friend, but there's a lady that I worked with in Regina, and she came into my mind today. Like, I don't know for what, and I was saying, wow, I wonder where she is today. It's almost like it's personal. It's sort of thinking aloud. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he must be married by now. So it's almost like you leave consciousness for a second to wallow in your fantasy.
Okay.
And you never really liked this woman, but wow, if that's 6 years ago, they must be married by now. Mother, the first, when near the end where you say there's such things like charm, don't do the first charming. There's certain thing. What's the line? What is the line?
I'll send you the last paragraph so that you have it. But it's
Sophia, can you hear her?
it's like that.
I can hear, like, is it not?
I couldn't hear her. You could hear her?
Yeah, I could understand what she was saying.
I can't. Repeat that, Raven.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes. What's that line?
I hate technology. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes.
Can one of you talk? Because I can't.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, no. Oh, I hate.
She can't hear me.
No, yeah, I think she might not be able to hear us. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That line where you talk about charm. What's the line?
Yeah, it's when people have some slight disadvantage like that, they cultivate other things to make up for it. Develop charm.
I've lost you again. Sophia, are you hearing her?
It cut off a little bit at the end, but I could hear it at the beginning.
I heard the beginning as well, and then it cut off. And she's frozen. Okay. Okay, Sophia, let me give you notes to give her.
Oh, I think it's.
Are you back? Okay. Sophia, let me talk to you and you talk to her in case you can't hear me. So Sophia, maybe what you guys could do is meet again, and if you want to try it somewhere else,
Okay.
positioning it somewhere else,
So a
you
different
can.
like location?
Yes.
Okay.
For you, so that you don't feel
Okay, yeah.
chucked in the corner there, right?
Yeah, because there's like the wall over here.
Yeah. So if there's something else that works better for you, I want you to be comfortable. How come I'm seeing her twice?
I think maybe she might have connected to another device.
What the hell is going on here? I don't drink. How come I'm seeing two of you? I didn't have a drink this today. How come I'm seeing two of you, Ravyn? Ah! Now you moved. Okay. So, Ravyn, you can hear me, right? This is coming. I think you're
I'm
mute.
muted. Yeah, I was muted.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this one last time. This is the 16th try. So what's the line?
When people have some slight disadvantage like that, they cultivate other things to make up for it. Develop charm and vivacity and charm.
Okay, good. So the first charm, don't milk it. Milk the second one.
Okay.
And I want you to stress slight. It's a slight. It ain't a slight defect. It's a major defect. But she's minimizing it. This slight defect. They develop charm and vivacity and charm. I mean, that's what your father had. And then you go into end it the way you ended it when you said that's one thing your father had. Charm.
Okay.
The section where you're talking about school going to check on her. We need a little more contrast so that we see and we hear how the teacher sounded and how confident you were that it was not my daughter, because my daughter left here every day. No, not my daughter. We just need a little more contrast between the two voices, the teacher's voice and your voice. So that when she says, I was so distraught, they had to bring me water. It's because you went on the limb for your daughter, and then you were proven to be wrong.
Yeah.
So if you could be a little more direct and firm, it will provide a better contrast.
Okay.
Okay, but the scene was very good, ladies. So
sorry, I made a mistake. I got nervous.
You made a mistake. Go to the back of the class.
Honestly, your paragraph there was so long. I was like so impressed that like you knew the rest of it like back of your hand. Like,
but she made one mistake.
Yeah, you made one mistake.
That is inexcusable. Go to the back of the class now. Go and cook yourself some dinner now.
Okay.
Okay. I was telling Sophia that you guys can meet again and she can try a different room, a place where she's comfortable, because it kind of felt a little bit that she was chopped in a corner. Okay. So although she was trying not to, it looked to me like she was in a straitjacket. So I want a place where you feel comfortable. So Sophia, also now that you're facing forward, I have to kind of see through you how the character is feeling. Mm-hmm. I'm not always sensing how mother is affecting you. There was a place when mother said, "What are you doing?" There's a line that says that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed up. I was supposed to like go to like do something else, and then she was supposed to be like, "What are you doing?" But I missed my.
No, but but we could justify it. You know, sometimes I don't know about your parents, but sometimes a parent is admonishing the kid, and like after a while, the kid kind of knows that the parent's gonna talk for 10 minutes. so they float in and out. And I think this is a place where maybe Laura just floats out and does something as if she's not paying attention.
Mm.
So she's acting like, I think at the beginning she's listening, and then mother keeps talking and talking and talking, and then maybe your
And
mind
I drift off a little bit.
drift off. They say, "What are you doing?" And then you come back. It might give it some more colors. Okay. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Well, it's now 7:15, so we have to end. So I'll see you next week. So decide what room you're going to be in, Sophia, but we're still going to have you on the right side of me, and Ravyn is going to be on the left side of me. Right now, you've switched back, you've switched around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Take care.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Winston.
You're very welcome. So
Bye,
we'll
Winston.
see you on Friday. Okay. Okay. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.